Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton, and now I'm going to cover the rookie level fall major tournament opening round, front 9 holes. I'm definitely on the struggle bus as this is a very challenging course in my opinion. My best account is sitting at a minus 13 with my lowest account sitting at a minus 11. So I've got some work to do on the back 9, but of course I'm going to do the best that I can to get this thing back into shape. The good news for you is I do have quite a few drops that I can show you on the front 9. And then I have quite a few holes left directly at the pin. So I'm very confident that we can make the small adjustments so that you can possibly get these balls to drop that did not go in for me. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button. If you like my content, please take a moment there to hit the thumbs up and let's roll this thing to hole number 1. Hole number 1, we're going to play 10% at max. We're going to go 6 top, 3 bars of side spin to the right. I'm going to back this thing down to the plus 8 yard mark. And then I'm going to put the inside of my white ring right up against the rough line, as you can see. Again, I make this pull here 10% at max. All we need is a katana ball, and that'll put us for good shape on shot number 2. Here I use about half a ball of overpower. Pretty easy though as far as hitting a perfect, as the needle is not going too crazy on us. We just drive this one down the fairway. Leaves us for shot number 2, which I play 15% at mid. Go ahead and set your spin at 5 bars of backspin and then find the landing spot, which is going to give you a good consistent ball guideline because the green on this hole can be glitchy. You see here I'm playing up towards the fringe area. The white ring is in the fringe. That's where I find the good ball guideline with 5 bars of backspin. You're going to notice here, like I said, we're going to pull this one at 15%. Now we are pulling to the left-hand side of the green, and the wind is blowing to the right-hand side. So you're going to see here that I barely missed this shot. I do believe we burned the right edge of the cup, so very, very close to getting into the hole. My one suggestion here is the speed is good. You know, that's great speed to pin. I just want you to slightly offset this one to the left-hand side. So just move your landing position over a little bit to the left, and we should be good on hole number 1. That'll take us to hole number 2. I want you to play it 0% at minimum with a quasar. I want you to set your spins first and then find your landing position. So we're going to go ahead and play this one. As you see, 2 bars of side spin to the right combined with 1 bar of backspin. After you have that spin set, you'll be able to find the landing spot. Notice here that most of my yellow ring is in the rough, but a little bit of it is peeking out onto the fairway. Again, I pull this one 0% at minimum distance. You're going to see here the game is not being kind to me to start this tournament off, as we are going to roll the cup here to the left-hand side. Pretty unfortunate. Again, the speed is good, but hole number 1 and hole number 2, the game just does not want to give it to me. We need to just go ahead and move our target over a little bit to the right-hand side on that hole, make the minor adjustment, and hopefully you get lucky and get that ball in the hole. All right. Extra mile 8 and below players, we're going to probably have to go with the P5 and just let this one rip to try to get to the second part of the fairway up here. Extra mile 9 players, you could probably go more top spin with a Kingmaker and be good. What I want to do here is get 2 bounces, 1 here, 2 here, and then get to this part of the fairway without clipping the rough. The reason why that's important is because if you're able to pull that off, you're going to get to play shot number 2 at a big advantage, which is going to be over the rough. You see here, we get to move our target over the rough, which is awesome. And then we get to apply our top spin, some side spin to the left. And you notice here on shots 1 and 2, I did not do any type of wind adjustments. You know, when you're getting basically almost perfect headwind here, there's really no reason to adjust. As we're going with overpowered shots, we can just take a point and click approach. And you see here landing onto the green is a very big advantage to putt in on a difficult par 5. If you don't get a lot of distance on the drive, you might have to play with where the game starts you off, kind of like right here in this area. You would go full top spin, 2 bars of side spin to the left. You would then adjust 10% at max, and then you would take a max left-hand curl shot. Careful not to overpower that shot too much though, because you could clip the rough and get stuck in the rough or the sand. So if you want a refresher of what that shot looks like, you'll need to hop over to my qualifying round video, because that's how we played it in the quals. All right, hole number 4, 30% at max. That's what I want you to try. I want you to try 30% at max. You're going to see here 2.2 mile per hour wind is very low wind. I think I played this one 20 or 25%. I don't remember. But we're getting a wind push from right to left. And you're going to see here that even with the lowest wind possible in rookie with a free-to-play ball, we are going to still miss this shot to the left-hand side by about 3/4 of a green square. So when I work out the numbers, I think if we make that shot 30% elevation, we're obviously going to be closer. But again, this is just an estimate in my head of where I would start to dial this one in. You might want to take a shot to practice and see how 30% works. This will take us here to everybody's favorite hole in this tournament, hole number 5. It's just a joke. This is not everybody's favorite tournament. So I want to talk to you about hole number 5 real quick, because I played 4 accounts. I brought my 2 baby accounts to the major to see what I can do with those. I did not execute this drive on 3 of my accounts, meaning I missed it on 3 accounts, which caused me to lay up to the right-hand side, which I'll talk about here in a minute. So I tried this shot with extra mile 8s twice, and I fell short. I tried it once with the Kingmaker, and I tried it once with a Berserker. Unfortunately, the Berserker, I hit a great shot to the right, so I knew I was going to mess up. Then I tried it with a big topper on this account, and you're going to see here that with a perfect ball, I do make it. Full top spin, putting our ball guideline in the rough, making sure that we bounce out and roll into the fairway up there. Here, you're going to see me adjust for the wind, and you're also going to see me use a little bit of overpower. Now, I'm not using a lot of overpower. This is just a little bit. Perfect ball is good. I'm able to get myself up there with the full top spin. We clip the rough. We have a lot of rough to use, so we hit that one and we roll out. Leave me for shot number 2. Shot number 2, I'm bringing a Goliath to the hole, and I'm just going with full backspin and making sure I land onto the green. I was not looking to albatross this hole. I was just looking to get my eagle and run. You'll see here, full back. That to me is too close to the rough, so I just go ahead and play it over here to the right-hand side of the pin, and then I use a little bit of left curl to get it towards the pin. Perfect ball, but I come up short, just a little bit too much backspin. Now, I'm going to show you this Kingfisher shot. Now, on all 3 of my accounts, I decided to play it with the Kingfisher, even on my accounts that have a thorn. So, I played that because I knew that I dropped it twice already with the Kingfisher, so I might as well go ahead and play it with the Kingfisher on my accounts that have a thorn, just because I knew the shot was consistent. So, if you fall short on your drive, you need to lay up over here to the right-hand side of the fairway that's before the sand trap, as you can see. Shot number 2, I made it all 3 times, so I was able to bail myself out. 3 bars of backspin, 10% at max, making sure that last bounce is nice and tight, dropping right into the middle of the hole just like that. Again, 10% at max. So if you get yourself in trouble, this is a way to get yourself out of trouble and still pick up the eagle. So I just wanted to show that to everybody, just in case, you have an accident there. That takes us to hole number 6. Hole number 6, we do have a drop. We're going to go no moving target, katana, 6 top, 2 bars of side spin to the right. The only time that we move our target is when we go to adjust for our wind and elevation, which is right now. You'll see here we take a normal shot, we hit perfect, and we're able to drive this ball nicely up the fairway, leaving us for shot number 2. Shot number 2, we're going to play 10% at mid, okay? If you're taking notes, this is what you need to understand with this shot. On this shot here that I dropped, for some reason I didn't screen record my other replay, and I'm pressed for time, so I didn't get a chance to show you the other drops. Goliath 7 and below, you're going to play with 4.5 bars of top spin to 5 bars of top spin. So somewhere in that zone, I want you to go 2 bars of side spin to the right. Then I want you to find the landing spot, pull 10% at mid, and you'll be good. Goliath 8s or 9s, we're going to go between 4 to 4.5 bars of top spin, but probably for 2 bars of side spin to the right. So the most consistent thing is a 2 bars of side spin to the right, and then you find your landing spot. You'll see here the landing spot is going to be ball guide line pointing right at the hole. Your higher level Goliaths, you'll have a better ball guide line, so that ball will be going through the pin. If anything, you want to slightly favor the left-hand side of the cup. So again, if anything, favor the left-hand side of the cup slightly. And you'll see we get this ball to drop. This hole played very consistent for me, and I hope it does for you as well. That'll take us here to hole number 7. My shot is 60% at max. This is crazy. I want you to try 80% at max. So this shot is 60% at max and almost the lowest wind possible, and I still miss this one to the left-hand side. So 2.2 bars of back combined with about 1.3, 1.4 left. Then find your landing spot just like this. Again, the shot you're seeing here is pulled at 60%. Notice I'm pulling like almost 4.5 rings, I believe. I can't remember. No, that's less than that. So I'm pulling at 3.8 rings in 2.3 mile per hour, which was 60%. And I want you to try 80. You'll see here that even with a very low wind push, we're still missing this one to the left-hand side, which is crazy. So speed is perfect. Try 80%, that has to get us closer, but I don't know if it'll drop. That's just my thoughts. Hole number 8, another hole that played very consistent for me. I'm confident you'll be able to get yourself an eagle on this hole, or at least very close to it, since we have a good playbook to go with here. We're using a navigator ball, 3 top, 1 right. The reason I'm using a navigator ball is because I want to make sure that I end up in my sniper range for shot number 2 every time. You're going to notice here I'm using a little bit of overpower as well. Not a lot at all. This is just a very, very small click of overpower. I just want to make sure that on my second bounce here, I don't clip the rough and that I roll out here onto the fairway. Now, what I like about shot number 2 is on every account, I was able to play at 4 bars of backspin, 10% minimum. 4 back, 10% minimum. You're going to see here a very slight offset to the left-hand side of the cup. So I'm just aiming on the left-hand side of the flagstick. We make our pull. Perfect ball. I hit perfect. And this ball goes into the hole very nicely for the eagle. Brings us on to the last hole. I hope this is helping everybody out. Take a moment there to hit the thumbs up button. That would be awesome. We're going to go with our yellow ring on the rough, and then all we have to do here is 2 bars of top spin combined with 2 bars of side spin to the left, just like this. Again, yellow ring at the rough. We make our wind pull. Bring your Goliath, because we are going to try to hit the rough bump albatross in rookie. We're going to try to play it the same way we're playing it in pro. We don't need to push our drive. This is really all we need to do here on hole number 9. That's going to set us up for, like I said, that opportunity for the eagle. Here's my thoughts on the eagle as well. So here you're going to see this. You're going to see my shot, which is going to be 1 bar of side spin to the right combined with 4 top. So you see that 4 top, 1 right. Now, in the graphic, I said you can try no side spin and play at 0% at mid. For me, I went 4 top, 1 bar of side spin to the right, 0% at mid. I missed to the right-hand side. So you can try to take the side spin off and only play with 4 top spin, pull 0% at mid and see what happens. Or, since we already know how this shot plays with 1 bar of side spin to the right, you could keep my exact same spin adjustments, and then here you would just pull minus 20%. So you would pull this shot as if it's uphill, so that way you pull less rings to the right, and hopefully that will straighten out the shot for you and get you to the hole. Either way you go, you're going to be closer than me as long as you pull correctly and take that advice. But I do think this is a great chance to dial in a hole and get yourself an albatross here. You can see here the speed is good, but again, I missed to the right-hand side, which is why I want you to try those two different adjustments. Okay, everybody, I'm going to start playing the back nine. Let me know how you do in the comments.